Good morning everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So as usual, starting off with Euro USD, and nothing much has happened. You can see tails to the upside, tails to the downside, bit of a triangle forming. I think you're probably going to see that better on a lower time frame, and it's busy breaking at the moment, but there it is there. Still very much in no man's land. So if you look at this, you look at the price action that we're having at the moment. So firstly, we are below the moving averages, so our trend is still down. However, we are forming sort of not a head and shoulders, but a cup and handle, inverse cup and handle. So there's a cup and a big handle. Personally, I think we're just treading water. We're waiting for some form of data. So yeah, I'm kind of still sit on hands for this pair. Wait and see what today brings. But at the moment, we're very much sideways, and I think for the week it's been very much a big down and a big up week, which is almost putting a pin bar in for us. So if we just get rid of the noise, you'll see a weekly pin bar here, and there was another weekly pin bar previously. So obviously we need to break below this in order for more downside to happen, but we've got quite a bit of support in this area. So yeah, sit on hands, wait and see what the close of the week brings, and then we'll have a look next week. US dollar, Japanese yen. Obviously, if we just start on the week, you're going to have a converse here. We've got a bit of a range bar at the moment. This is a different picture though, because we are in an upward trend, and we've got some pretty serious crossovers in the moving average. Oscillators are doing nothing at the moment, and if we swing across to the 8 hour, you'll see we've had a fairly strong move up, and then a bit of a correction here. So yeah, difficult to call at the moment, but I think this level here and then just below it, those are the two levels to be watching. So 110.361, still the same as yesterday, and 110.284, also still the same as yesterday. Oscillators are starting to ease off, so this is a fairly interesting situation. So I would expect this to continue to the upside still. But at the moment we are sideways, and you can see cup and handle over here as well. So yeah, I think ultimately we need to break above this weird structure that formed yesterday. So this is range bound from yesterday, so that's kind of what we are. We're going sideways, so we need to wait for it. It is Friday. Don't really like trading Forex on a Friday. Tends to be a little bit chaotic, but yeah, so I'll be sitting on the sides with US dollar at the moment. British pound, Japanese yen. So often this happens. So we've been talking about this inverse head and shoulders here. So there's a shoulder, there's a head, and there's a shoulder. So often this happens. You've got people that jump in early, and institutions know that, and then they try and drive it in the opposite direction because they're looking to trigger stops. That's why you're always looking for a break and retest of structure before starting to get in. I think the weekly bar at the moment is also nothing really to write home about just yet. You've got two pin bars here, and then now you've got a bit of a range bar forming. So the week's not over yet. But yeah, yesterday was a pretty big move to the downside, and now we've got crossovers on the moving averages as well. So if we hold this position here, 152.658, in other words, come back and hold it. Alternatively, just want to do this. The next logical level is going to be right here where all these moving averages are, and you can look to the left to see there is structure. So that's the next logical level, and that is 152.873. So 152.873 and 152.658 are the two levels to pay attention to. So what we're paying attention to is if we reject those levels, because then I suspect we start moving to the downside, and that is going to turn this big inverse head and shoulders into a range, and that would be your target to the downside, 151.655. And looking at the 8 hour with the oscillator at the moment, that's more than likely what's going to transpire with this engulfing bar here over the structure. So yeah, so we're looking for a short there. Moving on to Euro British pound. So I said to you yesterday, the trend is down, but be careful of going short down here, and warranted. You can see what's happened. We're back at structure. Now just bear in mind, look at the past. This thing pretty much has been going to a 155 or the 66 EMA. So that's kind of what its price action has been like. So that's what I would expect. If we do find some support here, that'll be interesting. But we could actually find something a little bit higher up. Sorry, not support, resistance. And I think it's also important just to bear in mind that we have a weekly bar, a weekly structure forming at the moment. Obviously, it's not done yet, but just use the history as an example. There's an engulfing bar, there's an inside bar. So you can see big move down, nice big engulfing bar, retracement, inside bar, and then look at the acceleration after that. Look at the structure forming here, nice big engulfing bar, down, and we're forming what could be a piercing bar, not so much an inside bar, gap down below the week, and it's come back. If it closes up above the 50% of the previous bar, we have a potential pattern forming. So with all of that noise in mind, what we're looking to see is to see if structure can be held. Now the important thing here is we've got a crossover of the moving averages. We've had it before over here and that failed, but this has been the second move down. So this is also structure that's formed pretty much a head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder, which we've broken through. So pull back onto this area is going to be very interesting. So not there, right there's 084862. This is brewing, and we've been waiting for it to do something for quite some time. So it's been an extended downtrend. This could be a bit of a reversal forming. So we need to just pay attention to that. This was a pretty strong move yesterday. Okay, so yeah, I think that's kind of my view at the moment. Wait for pullback. There is potential for a move to the upside. These two zones here, sorry, forgot to mention that, 085046 and 085, that needs to give way. So we need to close above that on the daily or the 8 hour. That would give you some confirmation that we've recaptured a level and we're looking to build up to the next level. So still a bit of sitting hands and wait at the moment, but I suspect we're either going to reject this all the way back down, or we're going to reject it, come to the structure further down, and then start building for another attempt at it. So if we get through this area, that's the catalyst we're waiting for. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch up with you next week. Cheers for now.